Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find every instance of project and take it out. Because when you run it for a subdomain, or when you want to run it right into the root, you don't have a project token. You just have domain. So Control C to copy, Control F to bring up the find and replace. And you're going to take every instance of domain/project and replace it with just domain/. So again, we click up top so we get to the top part of this. Find the first instance, boom, replace. And it works. So replace, 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 replace. Boom. Find next. Now I'm also going to make sure that project isn't there by itself, which it's not, and then I'm going to file, save as, index without project, and save. I don't need this. So now this one without the project token, we can run straight into the domain. So it can be http domain.com, or it can be the subdomain, because that's how MOWG Pro works. So it'll be like subdomain.domain.com. Both use the domain token. Now if you're gonna have domain.com / whatever name, that's the project token. So that's why we have two different ones, and we can create profiles accordingly and not have to worry about anything. Okay, and then we'll keep the original index just to have it as the backup, right? Because we can always use it for whatever we want. Now we have 3 saved files, and we're going to move on to one other thing. Okay, so we've fixed the index page. We've got the index without project and the index with project. Now we got to go to the vars, and that's already open. Now this is more branding of the placeholder site, because it was built for Dave, so obviously this is his stuff. So you're gonna take out and replace var2 with your keywords. So let's say I am doing this for frontline SEO, so I will drop this, and let's say local SEO, and then SEO expert, and then SEO experts, and best SEO company, straight up SEO, right? And I'm going to go to www.frontlineseo.com. I'm going to remove the hyperlink. To remove the hyperlink, all you have to do is click it, and see it's blue. So if you click it, you'll have an option, right click, excuse me, you have an option for remove hyperlink. So just remove it, and then var3 is going to be like the main keyword that you ever want to go for. So let's just go straight up SEO, right? Then we have 9999, and this is our city state column, and now we have our menu. And in our menu, obviously we have to make sure that whenever we change something over here, we change it over there, okay? And just go down and across accordingly. Now make sure, very important, make sure that all of these have dashes in the words if you're going to have more than one word, because this actually creates part of the URL. Okay, so if you put a space, you break the link. Okay, so it would be domain.com / what space this space is. It doesn't create a URL. Okay, so I'm going to quickly change this and be right back. So I went ahead and changed some of them, and I left a couple the same, but I made sure that if I changed it on the menu column, that I changed it over here. So why SEO works, why SEO works, boom, boom. Why choose us, why choose us, and you can see that I made sure I put all my hyphens in there to create the link. Now, one thing that you need to know is inside of this page, this var sheet, excuse me, there are 2 columns that are stuck in here right in the middle. Just totally miss it if you don't know about it. Right here, var 9997 and 9998. Obviously this is for Seattle, right? So we don't want that. We want for us. So what I did was I had highlighted both columns by clicking the top row, and I pressed Control X on my keyboard to cut. Then I click here on var5 column up top, and then right click, insert cut cells. So now I have it right next to where the rest of my stuff is that I need to edit every time I come in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change these words real quick, just real fast, and I'll be right back. Alright, I went ahead and changed these up just to make sure that it was for my city and some of my own keywords that I would eventually want to rank for, I guess, just to make it relevant to what I'm doing here. And I looked through the rest of the sheet, and I'm just quickly glancing. You can Control F and find maybe Seattle and see if there's any other instances in here for it. Nope. You can do, I don't think there's anything else. So aside from that, this sheet's good to go. And what we do is you hit the save button up top, click yes, then you can close out. You already saved it, so you don't have to save again. Now that's it for that. So your var sheet's done, your index pages are done. Now all we have to do is create the profiles for the project and for your subdomains, and if you want to have a root run as well, then you do that for the root as well. So let's start with actual projects. Now Dave included a profile called fast test. It's already set up with the vars and a little folder structure, so we'll load that one. Fast test, let me just make sure I loaded the right one. v2 3 project folders, fast test. Okay, so what we'll do is this one's going to be for project, right? So I'm going to grab the index with project token. The var sheet is perfectly fine, so I'll just grab that again just because I resaved it. I'm going to put it into MOWG Pro /runs, and this one I'm actually going to put into a particular folder called where'd it go? So MOWG Pro runs, and I'll make a new folder and we'll call this one, it's on SBO, and we'll name this one placeholder, and goes in there. Okay, so that way it's organized. Whenever it runs, it goes into placeholder. And what we'll do here is change standby. Okay, pardon that pause. I'm trying to figure out where I was at. We put it in placeholder, we put it in second vars index with project. Okay, and I'm putting this up on the domain small-businessonline.org, and we're going to put it in a folder because it's a project, right? So let's put it in the project called frontline. Alright, so then I'm just going to copy this. Whoops, Control Z, Control C, and Control V, smallbusinessonline.org. Whoops. Got to go with public underscore HTML slash frontline. And it's actually not this. It is associates.com slash public underscore HTML slash frontline, and my user and my password. And I'm going to save as, and inside of the project profile I'm going to save as index with project. Yes. Then I'm going to close. Now here's what's going to happen. If you click next right now, you're going to lose the folder structure that was already created previously because you grabbed a new CSV and you grabbed a new project.html index page. So if you click next, MOWG Pro automatically thinks that you want some new folder structure. So I'm going to X out, say yes, and then I'm going to, so all I'm going to do now is open up that profile again. I'm going to load it index with project, and then go to, you can see everything's in there, but when I click next, my folder structure is still there. So I don't even have to create a new folder structure if I didn't want to, and I'm not, because there's no point in me doing it right now. Everything is perfectly fine the way it is. I've not run this out. I mean, if I wanted to, I can just take any one of these words out and switch them out with whatever I want over there. So I will have a test run of 100 that goes into the Frontline SEO project. So we'll save that, next, and process. Following variables are not present in the HTML file. Okay, so let's look for that. Dreamweaver, we'll file, open, index with project. I'm gonna pause this while I find this error. Okay, I'm looking at my HTML and there is no 9997 or 9998. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna simply create it. There's 9997 there. We'll just put that there, and I will put the other one inside of the keywords because I actually want those words, right? And 9998. Save that. Right. Go back to MOWG Pro and process. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna pause this real quick. Go get my daughter, as you can hear her crying. Total goof up on my end. I forgot to put where small business online was and then frontline. So it went into, it probably actually created its own little folder, public HTML frontline folder, instead of going into my small business online and then creating the frontline folder. So I'm going to run this again and then come right back. So got that all squared away. You see it processed 100 successful pages, and then it uploaded all the subsequent pages, additional sitemaps, folder structures, all that stuff was uploaded. If we come over here, we can see my frontline folder, and you see the MOWG sitemap that was created. So if I go to smallbusinessonline.org, oh yeah, I forgot that we put it into a subfolder. So I actually have to change that, and what we can simply do is go into Frontline, and we can take index 2